Hello, you guys. Good morning. We'll be going for like an hour. Yes, I am going to be on for about an hour. I'll let you all start getting the notifications. Guys, what's going on this morning? Hey, Nine Beats, how are you? You doing okay? Hey, Tierney. We're going to do open topic. Just talk. I didn't get the opportunity to do any videos or get on yesterday because I was so busy. Kind of chill right now. I did a report and I'm good. Um, Hi Ashley. How is everybody doing? Y'all know what I was looking at, and I looks at it quite often, several times in a week, and I always go back over stuff like that. I when I'm fascinated with something, I was just looking at Cornelia Smith testimony again. It seemed like each and every time I look at it again, hey Jason, you find more nuggets. Um, but for the most part, it's open topic. I was looking at the news. It is so much stuff going on that it is ridiculous. It is. It's a lot of stuff going on that we gotta, I don't know. We just have to be very cognizant. Last night, one of my clients had walked into my studio, had a big gun on his hip. I said, "What? You got a gun on your hip?" What did I say to him? I said, "You have a gun." I was kind of joking with him because he had been having issues with somebody else. He was like, "No, I don't. I have a gun on my hip because," he says, "for these little thugs that tried to rob me on Thomas Street." I said, "On Thomas?" I said, "On Thomas Street?" He said, "Yeah, at a grocery store on Thomas Street in Fraser." And he says that he went into the grocery store and the security, because it had happened the night before, security saw them pull up. The game is, so y'all be careful when y'all going into that butcher shop store on Fraser, on Thomas, that's in Fraser. This guy, I said this guy be standing up against the by the door on, like he on the phone, but he actually be giving them, letting them know like when the people get ready to come out or whatever, keeping them updated. The guys, he said the security guard was like, "Is that your nice new truck?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Hold on, we just called the police because it's a some guys that just pulled up on the side of the truck, put their mask on, and they ducked down. They laid down in the car. So when he got to his truck, they was gonna rob him, right, and take his truck." And so they had a plane. What the lady called, the security guard noticed it because it happened the night before. Called the police. They sent a plane car, and I said, "So what happened?" He was like, when they saw that they was walking him to his car. Like the guy must have been telling them, the guy was telling them on the phone by the door that was looking out for them. Must have been telling them what was going on. It's like the police waited until he got into his car and followed behind him, and they realized that it was a plane car or whatever. They went the opposite way, but they was getting ready to get him. They couldn't arrest him because they had not done anything. But so y'all be careful, especially with it getting darker really early. Ladies, make sure you go and get your gas and stuff early. I was telling the ladies in my family that yesterday. Make sure you go get your gas. Make sure you watch your surroundings. Um, be very cognizant of everything that's going on around you, right? I even took some extra precautionary measures as it relates to my daughters. But yeah, just be very careful. Watch your surroundings. Don't be on that phone. Everybody be on the phone and distracted. Like me, I'm almost a schizo, okay? Because I'm very aware of everything. Everything is suspicious to me, though. You know, um, and definitely don't stop at the gas station at night. That's just asking for problems because they don't care. Hey, Harold, what's going on? That's definitely just asking for problems, for trouble. If you ain't got to go to the grocery store because when it probably is because your gram is private. It might be page T clean, but normally I don't know. Was it what name did it come from? Because if I don't recognize the name, a lot of times I want to accept it. Harold Jr. says, I'm in South Haven. Where okay, look, he done started working in South Haven and everything. He love it. He loves it. So do you like living in the South, Harold? But anyways, you guys, yeah, I just be very cognizant. Just be very careful. He loves it. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I almost stopped at the grocery store last night when I left my studio, and I was like, because I was gonna do a seafood. I was gonna do a Cajun egg boil. Y'all know I got the recipe from off of YouTube. I was like, it's keto friendly. I was like, I got all the seasoning and everything, but I need to get some noodles. And I thought about it. I was like, nah, because you could put noodles in. And I was like, I got the turkey Kabbalah sausage, the egg, and I got the corn. I'll just make it tomorrow because it was kind of late. And I was like, I'm not going to stop at the grocery store this late. Hello, on my podcast. Why? What's going on? Okay. Um, and I was like, no, I'm not going to. It's not even worth it because I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Walmarts in Mississippi have gotten just as bad. The Walmart in South Haven is very notorious now for um a cold Adam. If y'all know what I mean, you definitely have to watch your kids up in there. Amber alert, cold Adam, Amber alert. So just be careful. It's getting dark early and everything. Make sure you keep your weapons and stuff on you. Just just if whatever you can do to protect yourself, just do that. People are crazy enough. Don't make it easy for them. It's folks out lurking instead of, if you're gonna be laying and waiting to take somebody's car or land and trying to steal somebody's identity and all of that. You could be out somewhere working. You could be out somewhere working. Um, cause yeah, Lord have mercy. I can't talk about it right now, but I'm gonna be able to talk about it afterwards. Um, I don't like that feel. Yeah, positive vibe says I like going to Walmart, but Walmart's so lazy. They don't have no cameras or good workers, and people are stealing like crazy. And that's the reason why Walmart is going up. Yeah, and the workers be stealing. Yes, they are. That's the reasons why they don't stay open 24 hours anymore. They don't stay open 24 hours anymore because they don't stay open 24 hours anymore because they were stealing overnight. People was just coming in walking out with stuff, you know. They used to have off-duty police officers as security in Walmart. I don't see security in Walmart anymore. I don't even think they're in there. So I guess they're content with people stealing and they just content with just going up on the prices. I think Walmart at this point, just like Kroger, um, needs some competition. I guess they have competition. You still have a few save a lots. You still have cash saver, but you don't have a one-stop shop store anymore. So um I guess that's why Walmart is not. I mean, they just consistently going up on the prices. So I don't understand. They don't have any workers to check you. You have to check yourself out. You constantly going up, and but you have to do self checkout. I mean, when they do self checkout, people stealing like crazy, and the workers letting them, depending on who it is, they in on it. So, but at this point, they don't care because they say we'll just put it in the prices. We'll just inflate the prices and make the customers pay for it. And unfortunately, that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's not safe anymore. It's not. People just have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Just be aware of your surroundings because, like I said, for some reason, with criminals, with people, they go, okay, it's Christmas time. More people are working second jobs to make money. So this would be the perfect opportunity to get them instead of them just going and getting jobs too. I mean, people start hiring for seasonal workers. They give them as much overtime as they want, but instead they would rather lay in cars and wait for people to come out with their Christmas stuff, and rob them. So it's really just sad the way things are now. I can't understand it. But of course, I guess it's not for me to understand the mind of people. It's not. She says Instacart is average, but what doesn't have pros and cons? I've been using it. Yeah. A lot of people are doing it now. They're ordering their stuff. Sometimes it's best to do that. That's a way to save money because if you go into a store, you're subject to spend more. Only thing about Instacart is you have to worry about them stealing, that somehow they're able to charge more on your card. It was somebody I know that was having issues with Instacart. Yeah, it's just better to order stuff now. Or when you go into the grocery store, make sure, because I know somebody would go, I buy groceries. I like to buy groceries fresh. I go to the grocery store. I go whenever I get ready to cook, I just go and buy it. I go to the grocery store every other day. I mean, it ain't fresh in the grocery store. Hell. So you may as well just buy all your groceries so you won't have to go to the grocery store every day and let it sit in your freezer. It's sitting in the freezer of the grocery store. That's what people don't understand. I want my meat fresh. Hell, it's been sitting in the grocery store freezer probably for a month. They change the date, put color on it, make it look like it's fresh. I was on Goodman the other day, 51 in Goodman. A man was found unallowed in a ditch. He died from starvation. Oh my God. And that's what I'm talking about. That's so sad for somebody to die of starvation. That bothers me so bad. That's why I was telling you all that now. Oh, Lord. That's why I was telling you all now. I don't like dealing with difficult clients. Um, I listen, when I see that somebody is hungry, I do not hesitate to buy them something. Yeah, I know that's hurtful. Hey, Bree Fabulous. That's hurtful when people are dying from starvation. I'm sensitive like that. I just, you know what? They said that McDonald's throw away enough food to feed a whole country. So why are people starving? So we would rather throw food away than to feed those that need to be fed. I hear people say, I was listening to Charles Barkley one time, and he was talking about Michael Jordan. Now, the people loving Michael Jordan helped to make him as rich and famous as he was. Okay. And he was like, Michael Jordan, he said they would be out and they would see homeless people on the street. He says that when he would, when they would get ready, some of the other ball players and stuff, if they was with Jordan, Michael Jordan, they would get ready to give them some money. And he said Michael Jordan would always pull their hands back and say, the same hand that homeless person is reaching his hand out to take your money is the same hands that he could use to go get him a job to buy him something to eat. Black mother. Okay. Oh God, thank you for holding it because it almost came out. Okay. So that's hurtful to me. Michael Jordan, who the fans helped to make as popular as he was. And he didn't want to give back to a homeless person. A lot of homeless people are mentally ill. A lot of them are shell shocked. They were sent away to war and they came back and wasn't right. And I don't think that they were taken care of like they should have. So, you are a millionaire. It wouldn't have hurt him to go and buy food for everybody that's lying up against those walls that are sleeping up against the walls and stuff, that's hungry. If that's a way of giving back. So Save a Lot also have gotten a little sad as well. Yes, they have. Restaurants pushed them out of their establishment. I remember one day, this homeless guy, I happened to the line in Crystals, and I never, because Crystals burgers tear my stomach up. And I went to Crystals and the line was long. I was like, dog, I don't feel like sitting in this line. And I walked in right. So it must have just been God that had me go in there. And this manager came out and this white guy was sitting in there. He said, I think I've talked to you about this before, that you can't just sit in the restaurant. And he was like, yes, sir. He looked so sad. He was like, you can't just sit in here and watch people eat. So, you gotta leave. It was a homeless person. And I was looking at him and I asked the girl, I said, she was like, that's a homeless person. He always coming in here watching people eat and this, and that. And so I ordered some more food. I was like, well, let me order him something because it's nothing to order 10 crystal burgers, especially then. I mean, you can get 10 crystal burgers with no cheese or whatever, probably for like $9 or $10. So that's what I did. When I walked out, I handed him a full bag of crystal burgers. If you feel like a person is not going to do what they're supposed to do, you're just going to go get drunk, just go get them the food or whatever. I've said that many a time. I don't have no money on me, but I tell you what, when I come out, I have you something to eat. Um, I will. I'll do that because it's not for me to judge. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just know that it's not normal for somebody to be sleeping up under the bridge with their children in the cold. Um, those that stand out there and hold those signs up, they may, um, they may be scammers. I don't know, but what I do notice is, and I don't mean no harm. Yeah, that's White Castles. Up north it's called White Castle. In the south it's called Crystals. And but I just know that what I do notice is like when I'm going down Elvis Presley, there was this guy that used to stand at Elvis Presley and Brooks and panhandle, right? And I would see like people riding past him and not giving him no money and stuff. And so, and maybe he was a scammer. I don't know him. I don't know. But and this, Elvis Presley now that's predominantly black neighborhood, right? So then you get on up to Elvis Presley and Shelby Drive and up there by Shelby Drive and Mill Branch by the expressway, you have white panhandlers. And I started paying attention. I started noticing like the black people would pass this black guy by, but when they got up there at Elvis Presley and like Shelby Drive, where the white panhandlers were, these people you hear they really got money because they would never go in Germantown and panhandle because they're not gonna let them do it. And that's probably where a lot of them live at. You had people giving them money. I was like, dog, wow, they passed the black guy on by. And these are black people, but they get up here and these are the same types of people because both of them could be scamming the black guy and the white guy. But the black people giving the white guy, money that stands up there every day, but pass the black guy on by. I was like, wow. So um I was like, okay, they're begging for food, talking about they'll work for food and this, and that. I said, when I go back down Elvis Presley and Brooks, I'm gonna stop at a fast food restaurant or whatever, and I'm gonna make sure that I hand that guy, since he said he's working for food, I'm gonna make sure I hand him some hot food. Like when I have to go like down to like the courts or whatever, it's nothing but homeless people. And like during the cold months in the winter time and stuff, McDonald's have their coffees for like $1, right? The coffee is like $1. If you go there every day, you talk to the manager and you say, listen, hey, I go and I give out coffee to homeless people. A lot of times you'd be surprised. They might sponsor that. I put that on my social media, but for the most part, I go and I ask for like 20 coffees, and then or you can ask for 10 coffees and 10 um sandwiches, right? If they know that you're getting ready to give them out, they might give you the sandwiches for 50 cents a piece, a sausage sandwich. Okay, but for the most part, they are $1. They know you're gonna go help the homeless. They might give it to you for 50 cents. And instead of getting 10, you can get 20. If you don't want to go up there, and I wouldn't recommend it up under those bridges, because when it's cold, you already know something is not right to be sleeping up under a cold bridge with your children. All you got to do is call up there and say, I got some hot coffee and I got some sandwiches down here for you all, and leave it for them. They be all in the park. All you got to do is stop, put the food on the bench. Here's the coffee. Here are the sandwiches. Hey, holler in the park. Listen, here goes some food right here, and just drive off if you're scared of them. I ain't scared of them though. But instead, you have people that make the most money, that works downtown, that lives in the downtown area, and they pass, and the politicians going to work every day, they pass those homeless people just right on by. Y'all, it's something wrong with that. I think we have heart issues as it relates to I gotta keep my money, but you go into the casino, losing every damn dime you got, spending money on things, so that you getting something new every day so that you can jump on social media and wear it one time when nobody gives a damn and don't even notice it. I just believe, and people can do whatever they want to with their money, but I just believe that we just have heart issues. A lot of stuff that we complain about, if we came together, it could really be taken care of. But I don't know. Everybody is for self, you know. Everybody is for self, and the sad thing about it is, ain't nobody really getting nothing because everybody is for self. Folks are reaping what they sow. They're creating bad karma for themselves. They're getting money and thinking that they're gonna come up. It's all the wrong way. It's all the wrong way. If I was thinking about this, something we was doing yesterday, something that's going on. Hey, I was thinking about, I was like, dog, I always think about straight drop, what straight drop tried to do. Straight drop and Cornelius really, but especially straight drop. And I feel like it's a darn shame when you have old Negroes. Straight dropping them knew better. They was 20 something years old. But what kind of excuse is it when you got dudes in their 30s and 40s doing the exact same thing and think that they're gonna have different results? It's pretty sick how we consistently create bad karma. Whereas when we're digging ditches for other people, taking money to set up other people and think we're gonna get away with it, we could be taking that time to create something legit for ourselves. Derwin says, I think we need more places with food pantries. Me too. Hey, people don't like to hear this, but I got to say this now. I got to say it. My mother is an evangelist. I grew up in the church, but I'm not saying I'm a Bible scholar, but I do know where it says in the Bible, because you have a lot of pastors, not all of them, that will put, will a man rob God with the tithes and offerings? But they leave out the part where they says that you're supposed to take the offerings to the storehouse, and they're supposed to be stored up for the women, the widows, and the children, which means that the community is not supposed to be hungry. You're supposed to have a storehouse for the homeless and the needy to be able to come to the storehouse and eat. That's what we leave out. And so I just have issues with that. I do. I have issues with it. Right. It's not as much sympathy because everybody's for self. Listen, I need to pay my bills. If it takes, doing this, and that, they willing to pay me to do this, even though, hey, I got child folks do anything. If maybe I think my hands can be clean, but if they want to, if I can be in it and my hands can be clean, I already know what they want to do to him. Hey, if I can quietly mess this person over, I ain't the one doing it, but I'm enabling the people to be able to do it. Um, and get paid for it, and they'll be sitting up looking crazy because really nobody gets away with nothing. They might get away with it for a while, but I mean, at some everything that has a beginning has an end, and it ends at some point. They said scammers have DE empathy. Some people DE empathy. Some people scammers are pathetic. It's more and more scammers. Yeah, these folks doing everything. I'm telling you now, they're doing everything. But if we turn the blind eye and not say anything, um, at some point it's gonna be you. At some point it's gonna be you. So we have to stop that pipeline as it relates to these scammers. Being able to get people's social security numbers and go and open up bank accounts and doing shit and stuff that they shouldn't be doing. Trying to get their children information to go and do this, to get driver's licenses and stuff. People doing, um, giving them this information to be able to do stuff like that. So what we have to, and it happens every single day. It happens all day, every day. So, yeah, hey, people think that is, what if I tell the FBI that ain't gangster. No, what's wrong with us? So what we're doing is we're helping to perpetuate crimes, whereas oftentimes when people do stuff like that, it's like a pipeline. It's like a lot of them. You have to cut that at the knee. You have to cut that at the knee. Um, Paige C. Clean says, I like helping the water boys too, but I be afraid they are going to get hit by traffic in the street like that, trying to make a dollar. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, what we have to do is we have to get right. We have to get right. We have, do better. Like I was thinking about, folks think it ain't gangster if you talk to the police. I want to get justice. What you're doing is perpetuating violence in the African American community. Why not just have a person go to jail? A lot of people would rather die than go to jail. To me, that's worse. Hey, Saina. Hey, Miss T. Moss and Chad. I bought some man a meal from churches. He told me, Bis, I don't eat churches. Give me the money and I'll go and get me some Popeyes. The words that I told that man I would have to would have cussed him out. I would have now see people like that, you have to go ahead cuss out. I don't He said, bitch, I don't eat no churches. I would have girl, see, I probably would have told him what girl. Well, give me my chicken back out. I'm gonna take it and go um and go give it to another homeless person. And then I probably would have told him, and since you said it like that, bitch, eat your dick. I don't care if you don't eat. Bend down when you get hungry. Bend down, bend over, and eat your dick hole. My mouth gets real nasty. I have to tell God about it. Paige T. Clean says, you said that a lot of people were rather die than go to jail. Well, my grandpa once told me that a cell is small, but a casket is smaller. There's only two things in the street for you. That's so true. A lot of these dudes are too scared to go to jail. So they want to, hey, come back here. So they want to get taken out. They would rather you take them out rather than go to jail. So um we have to watch our mouth. I have to watch my mouth. My mama be logging in sometimes. I don't know who be looking at this stuff. So I was like, I gotta watch my mouth because I get emotional, and I don't be, how when you get emotional, especially when you're talking about um subjects like this. When you're dealing with humanity, I just thought that people were supposed to have feelings and regards for other people. But they don't. If they can make a dime off of getting you messed over and think they're gonna get away with it, they're gonna do it. Forget they family. I'm gonna mess you over, and then they'll say, But God had feed my kids to pay my mortgage." Like Cornelius did. Cornelius participated in what happened to young Dolph because he says that he wanted to buy his daughter a birthday cake. I'm trying to watch my mouth. I'm trying to keep it PG. Me too. I'm trying to watch my mouth too. I'm good, boo, at work. Yeah, I be trying to watch my mouth too. I've been on another journey. I have to keep myself calm and all of that in order to I found I get things done. I'm more proactive when I do that. But we're just talking about it's an open chat. We're talking about humanity and how we just got to do better, create some good karma. You hear a lot of people say, I don't give a damn about none of that. Nothing good. It's just about what I can get. People like that are evil. I don't care what I put nobody through. It's about me and mine, and really it ain't about theirs. It's just about them. Folks like that ain't no good for this earth. They're really not. We could do without them. We really could do without them. Mhm. I said things I couldn't believe I said that. I snatched the food from him and ran to my car. I was trying to send you the Wicked film interview about Straight Drop being treated like a king in jail. Yeah, when listen, when I saw that, I didn't believe it. When I saw that, I was like, dog, are they trying to um, are they slick? Because nobody else would have said that. If he was getting treated like a king and that's supposed to be your dude, why are you putting that out there like that for everybody to see? It seemed like to me that you wouldn't want nobody to know. It seemed what you doing? It seemed like to me you wouldn't want them. Come on, come on, mama. It seemed like to me you wouldn't want nobody to know that he getting, special treatment and stuff like that. And so then I later found out that it was true that he was getting that special treatment. It's hearsay, but fascinating. No, it turned out it's true. It was true. He was it was certain people, certain folks that I think a few people got. I think one girl got fired, and the other girl ended up resigning because she was about to get fired. And here's the trip part. They was paying her so good. Somebody on the outside was paying her. She started a little business, and I won't say what the business is because I ain't trying to do that. But the business that she started, some of the rappers from around the Memphis area would let her come in to their exclusive parties and set up her business, and do her thing as far as like whatever product she was selling. And she built a house from the ground and then ended up having to resign. She, went and got a BBL, I'm told. Um, She was the one that was it was 2 of them that was caught down there, um 2 of them was caught down there, twerking. They thought that they was out of the view of the camera, but they caught them down there when they got the BBLs. Somebody paid for the BBLs. Now I'm told that Juke paid for one of 'em. Now that's the rumor. Um, but they was twerking for straight drop and, so I don't know if I think one of the persons that was actually bringing in something for him was an older woman. The first one, I kind of believe the second person, well, no, the one that was bringing those phones in to him in the beginning, it was the same person. It's just that when they got wind of it, the last 2 phones they allowed so that they could hear what they needed to hear. They said Wicked was cocky as ever during that interview with the phone call. Yeah, I saw that. I was surprised at Wicked. Um, he didn't it, that was not. It seemed 'cause see, young Wicked did a lot of young Dolph videos and stuff. I believe it was didn't Wicked do a lot of videos for young Dolph? So I was really surprised at Wicked when I saw that video. Um, you know, so Thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think that we thanks for introducing me to Goose Creek candles. I ordered a lot. Girl, don't they smell good? Girl, they smell so freaking good. They smell so good. I ordered so many of those Goose Creek candles, it don't make no sense. But yeah, Lorenzo, we need to have a conversation about a lot of this stuff. I don't ever want for people to believe or think that I don't have any empathy for brutality, unjust brutality, and all of that. I never agree with that because I remember when I was a little girl, and I mean, the police were very bad then. I mean, they didn't have any stop about anything, and my cousins and them were always in the streets, and they around around the 2 lane area. And I can remember I was about 8 years old or 9, and the police pulled up on my cousin and them because they was out in the street. And instead of handcuffing him, they was mad that he had made them chase him. And I remember as a little girl looking at what they was doing to him. My aunties were crying. They threw him over the hood. They handcuffed him. They was hitting him. They threw him over the hood. They threw him over the hood. He hit the ground. It was like it was nothing that my aunts could do. I remember my aunties and them crying and stuff. I remembered that as a little girl, and I had issues with that, and I think especially in my era, I think it kind of made me afraid as a little girl, because nothing was really being done, you know, about it, especially around that time. It made me afraid of the police, and it was so weird because I wasn't even supposed to work for the police. Like it was just really weird how I stumbled up on that job. Like I remember I was I stumbled up on that job because I'll never forget. I was downtown and I was pregnant with my second baby. I don't think we should defund the police. I don't. We need good law. We need good police officers to enforce the law for criminals, but we just don't need the bad ones. And I stumbled up on that job. It was just it was this real tall police officer. I was looking for City Hall. I was like, I gotta get a job because I haven't told my dad I'm pregnant yet, and he gonna have a fit. And I went down there and to fill out an application at City Hall. I didn't even know where City Hall was at. It was so hot. And I was still, that was around the time I was still having sicknesses because I threw up always almost a full 9 months with my babies. They had me so sick. And so I remember this police officer was like, I was like, sir, can you help me? He said, why are you down here looking spoiled, acting spoiled? You look like you spoiled. And I said, I'm trying to find the place where you go and fill out an application for a job. And so he pointed me, he said, you see that tall building right there? I said, yeah. He said, that's 201. I said, really? They told me that the place was down here. He didn't know. I was supposed to go into City Hall, but he pointed me towards 201. He was like, go up there to the 12th floor. I said, okay. And I went up there and I just ended up, the lady thought that I was somebody else's child. She thought I was another police officer's daughter. And she said, oh, I've been waiting for you. She's like, I've been waiting for you. Let's go and get this application filled out so we can go ahead and send you downstairs to felony response. I didn't change a word. So that job was just for me. She said, come on, we're gonna go and fill this application out. Don't say nothing so I can go and send you down there to felony response. You're gonna start Monday. I said, okay. She said, I've been waiting on you. I said, okay. I didn't change a word. And it was not until later she asked me, I forget the lady's name because her daughter later on ended up getting a job like the next year. They put her in homicides. as a clerk. Her name was Adrian. I cannot think of her mother's name. She was a police officer. But she said, "Is such and such your mama?" I had already been working down there. I said, "No, ma'am." I said, "No, ma'am." It wasn't nothing she could do at that point. I already had the job. She had already given it to me. She said, "I thought you was, I don't know. I just don't, I don't know, but you're here now." I said, I was saying to myself, uh-huh. But that job was just for me at that point in my life. Hey, Mr. Parker. Yep, right place, right time. It was an accident, but it was right on time though. And I had no intentions of going and working for the police department. It was, after I had the baby, the investigators were saying, "You're still a young woman. Why don't you go back? Why don't you go through the academy?" I said, "No, I don't want to be no police officer." But it served its purpose for the time that I was there, right? It did what it was supposed to do. I think everything has its timing, and then everything is not meant to be. It serves its purpose, and then you move on to your next assignment. I believe in that in life. We have assignments. Some assignments are lifelong, and then some assignments are short assignments to get us to the next destination, right? And that's kind of what happened. To meet people, I met a lot of people. I still have a lot of lifelong friends. Um, that I've been, friends with for a very long time. And that was just a part of my life. And then it took me to my next destination, you know. So that's normally how things work out. So as I get older, that's why I don't really get devastated by anything. I think the one thing that really I get upset, I get hurt by, when people are mistreated because I'm sensitive. I don't like to see people hungry. I don't like to see animals hungry or get mistreated. Um, yeah, but I want the thing that really devastated me probably that really, really devastated me was my dad passing away. Because as I get older, um, and then even since then, now, even when I think about stuff, I go, "Oh my God." And I go, "No, I don't know. I think I be channeling my dad because we was thinking about something I was thinking about something me and a person was looking into last night. It's something somebody has done to me and is still trying to do. And they was like, "Wow, this right here messed up. This right here is messed up." And I'm gonna tell you something. There was an investigative company that called me to do some work. And I was talking to the person that owned the company. I said, "I ain't gonna work with them. She thinks she is, thinks she could talk to me like that." And she was like, "Such and such." I was like, "Dog, this lady," and she from the state of Texas. I was like, "Who she thinks she is? I ain't know her subordinate. Me and her got the same position." And so then she actually had one of her investigators that really needed me, right? Because they contracted and it was like, "We can't get nobody else." And so one of her investigators had called me and was like, well, she said that, she was gonna, I said, I'm not doing it. So I ended up talking to him and I went on ahead. I ended up because I guess she just forced me to take it, but it has actually been a blessing because I found out even though she made him the case manager as it relates to what they needed me to do around the Memphis area for those few days, I was like, "Well, what do you do down there?" And he was like, "Well, I do the forensic stuff. I'm the expert here at this company." I was like, "Really?" So, anyways, it ended up. That's why I say everything has its place. Like she kind of, I guess she caught because she got that type of personality, but that's why she's further along like she is. But it ended up being a blessing. You know what I mean? Because um, um, I was like, "Well, I was telling him about some stuff, and even when we was up to like 2 o'clock last night looking at some stuff, and he was like, "People really do stuff." He was like, "Wow." And the good thing about it is she has a really good relationship down there with the FBI. And I was like, Lord, things just kind of happen for a reason. A lot of times, we go, I don't want to deal with this person, but that could be like your speedboat to your next blessing. That could be the segue to your next blessing. You don't really know how it's gonna come, but the person was saying like, dog, hey, this right here, how you feel about this? And nothing really. I think I'm just growing to a point where nothing really devastates me. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I feel nothing. It's messed up that people do stuff like that, but hey, I'm not getting ready to back down because it's got to stop. So as you grow, that's kind of what happens. Happens. I'm still emotional. I'm glad that I'm human. I'm glad that I got those feelings. We're supposed to have feelings, whereas we don't. We're supposed to be able to say, no, bruh, or no, girl, I can't participate in that. I can't do that to that person. I can't do that. Can't go and try and open up bank accounts in that person's name. I don't want that person's social security number. No, I can't do that because I got too much to lose. Man, leave them folks' kids alone. Why you want to mess with them folks' kids? Because you obsessed with them. No, I can't go try to get no driver's license in that woman daughter name. No, bro, I can't buy that from you. You know, no, I can't do that. I can't take no money, from you to set them folks up. No, I can't do it like that. But people don't do that no more because I don't give a damn about them. It's gonna give me some quick money. But everything is always seen and heard, always, because you have to reap what you sow. People do nothing but create bad karma for themselves. I think that's why we're not further along. Instead of creating good karma, we're consistently always creating bad karma, and we have to reap what we sow. We get caught up in bad karma, you know? They said, look at what Milton has done to Florida. It's always somebody worse off. I promise you, it's always somebody worse off. So you have to always think about that. You keep your head on straight and just tackle. Don't worry about the distractions. When things are loud, that is usually a distraction. Anytime you start seeing things that are loud and uncouth, that's a distraction. What you have to do is keep your head and just keep going. Because what we're lacking, I think, in our community is being proactive. And just be proactive. It comes to knock you off your game. So we just have to learn to be proactive. When you keep that calm spirit and keep your mouth, I just believe, my mother was telling me, my mother reminded me of a scripture. Even last night when I was telling her some stuff we had found, and she was like, "In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength to work this out. Don't worry about it." I get to thinking about what my dad say. My dad used to say, when you know what they done, you already won half the battle. The problem is when you don't know what they doing to you. But when you know, you're able to be proactive. You've already won half the battle when you know. You can start doing something about it so you don't get frustrated. Um, Miss T, I just found out my granddaughter is having a baby girl. Oh my God. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. My oldest daughter gonna sit up and say, Mama, if I ever have another baby, I said, you ain't got no business talking about having no babies. And you get ready to have a 2-year-old. No, I'm just saying if because she the crazy one. I'm just saying if I ever have another one, I'm gonna name her Serenity Junior. I said, Lord have mercy. I thought I was doing something nice when I named you that name, and you done gave it a whole new meaning of something that ain't good. Would you ever want to give your daughter, if you have another one, your name and call her Junior? It's just crazy. Straight to the point says, your pops lives through you, Queen. Yes, he does. My dad visited me in my dream. Um, he used to visit me all the time. And then, you know what? I had not seen my dad in my dreams for months and months and months. I remember the last dream I had about my dad must have been around February or March. And I was so upset because I was dreaming about him and I dreamed that he was in the hospital bed. He had on his hospital gown. And, you know, before my dad, he couldn't walk, in his last days because he was so weak. And I dreamed my dad was his regular weight and he got up out of his bed and he walked around his bed because I remember sitting in the hospital chair saying, oh my God, my dad can walk. I was shocked in my dream that he could walk. And he stood in front of me with his hand behind his back and he kneeled over to tell me something. And somebody started ringing my phone. And that made me so mad. That's why now, like I sleep. When I go to sleep, I turn my ringers off on my phone. Because that person was calling me early, woke me up out of my sleep. I remember as I was waking up, I was trying not to wake up because I was trying to I really wanted to see what my dad was gonna say. After that, I did not have another dream about my dad. And I had a dream about my dad about 3 days ago. And it was like in the dream, I can remember it was like he was doing everything that he had been doing. I think he was over at my studio or something, but it was like he was not gone. It was like he was still doing everything that he had been doing in life. Mhm. Um, it's getting colder and colder. I mean, I think it's gonna be 69 today. Was thinking, I was like, wow, I wish I could take another vacation before, that I do know I gotta be in Missouri and for some training and soon. And then but it's always in the cold months. When I go somewhere now, I don't know how the weather be in Texas in like November, close to December. How is the weather in Houston around November, close to December? Like, does it be hot? I like going nowhere in the winter months, but it's just right out, because I don't get out. I won't get out and view the city. Hell, if it's cold, I want to stay in the hotel. That's why I like going places in the spring and the summer when it's warm. It be hot as hell in November and December in Houston. Oh wow. It be humid in Texas, but should be cool in November. I hope it don't be cold because I don't like no chilly wind or anything. Child, I wants to get out. I mean, I've never been to Houston. I've been to Dallas. I've never been to Houston. Houston is cold in December. Oh wow. Just my luck. Cool to visit. I like for it to be hot so I could put on my sandals and my sundresses. Teresa said it's hardly ever cold in Texas. I've never been to Houston. I hear that Houston is huge. I hear that it's way I hear that it's way bigger than Dallas. Y'all know another place I want to go in Texas? Y'all gonna say, I know this lady cuckoo. I've always wanted to visit Waco, Texas. I've always wanted to visit Waco. I don't know. I think it's just because of the name, but I've always wanted to visit Waco, Texas. Nobody ever talks about vacationing in Waco. Now, I've been told now, somebody was telling me about the turkey leg shop. I should go to the turkey leg shop that's in Houston, the turkey leg shop, and get a turkey leg. I always wanted to visit Waco. I don't know why. That's what it is. I be that even before because I be looking at Chip and Joanna all the time. I know they got a restaurant. I want to go to that restaurant, but I've been wanting to go to Waco, Texas before I even started looking at Chip and Joanna. Somebody told me to go to the turkey leg shop when I get to Houston. Turkey leg is shut down. Oh my God, it's shut down. Wow. Um, I am She Johnson says that she passed through Waco. Turkey leg is shut down. Turkey leg hut is delicious. They said the turkey leg hut is good. Is it the turkey leg shop or hut? It's they say it's good. I've never been to Houston before. I got to come for some training for 4 days. I got to come for some training, and then after that, I'm gonna try to do like as many videos as I can. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna be able to do after that because they're gonna send me on location. I'm gonna send me on assignment rather. Says stuffed Alfredo turkey leg. Oh my God. I am such a Alfredo pasta. I've been making Alfredo though. Jesus Christ. Hello. Why? What's going on? What's wrong? I'll be off in a few. All right. Poor thing. I got a relative that's going through a divorce, and they be wanting to call and talk all the time. I don't know if I'm much help. All I do is just listen, because I would never tell anybody when people are going through like if it's not like abuse or anything, I never tell folks, girl, you need to leave your husband or you need to leave your wife. If it's not abuse, because I would never tell nobody to stay somewhere where they're being abused. But if it's like other stuff, I don't tell people to. I don't ever say anything because I don't want them to ever feel like they can't say to me, I want to reconcile my marriage. Because most people do try and reconcile. So um the only thing I've ever said, even when friends have confided in me about some things, when they would go, I still love him. I'm like, do you want your marriage? Do you want him? Yeah, I want him. I said, well then don't let her have him. If you want him and he want to be there, don't give him to her. I mean, work out your marriage. I'm not gonna ever tell nobody. Well, don't go back to her. No, if you love him, you don't let her have him. Go get your damn husband. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm just not. I'm not. I've never been, especially when you start dealing with love and stuff like that. It's best to just be a listener. If he gonna act right, he say he gonna act right. He want to go to counseling. Go to counseling with your husband and take him back if that's what you want to do. I don't like to make people feel like that they gotta hide it and make them feel bad and all of that. Because you have to understand when a lot of times when people sitting up telling you what they wouldn't do, given the circumstances, they would take more. So you have to be very meticulous about that. So that's why that's real iffy, especially when it comes to marriage. Okay, especially when it comes to marriage. Now in this situation, that's a relative that I'm very close to. He's done some foul shit. You know, he was a provider and stuff, but he's done some stuff, but she still loves him. I think he's having a change of heart because he when he was mad, he was out there doing things he shouldn't. He deleted everybody that was related to her on Facebook. I looked at my Facebook. I ain't even been logging on there much. And I see he's requested my friendship again. I said, look at this shit. He gonna stay on. He ain't. I'm not gonna accept him because he never should have deleted me. But now he probably ready to come back home. I would never tell her not to take him back if she want him. He says, "If you know, you know." Some people are forgiven. I'm not forgiven. I take betrayal very hard, but everybody different. Um, Mr. Parker says men don't cheat on your woman wife because if she forgives you and y'all stay together, guess what you got to do for the next 13. So guess what you gotta do for the next 13 years? Listen to her talk about her feelings. Abso-freaking-lutely. Sure do. Sure do. Listen, it's funny you said that. I had a friend of mine. Now I told y'all I have not been in a relationship for um two almost it's going on 2 years, right? So a friend of mine, Mr. Parker, just calm down, cause y'all know how Mr. Parker be getting when I say stuff. A friend of mine gonna say to me, the last person that I was with, talking about, do you think that you can forgive him? I said, I don't want him. I don't want him. My grandmother used to say it'd be sap season. Trust me, when people don't do you right, when they don't do you right, they always want to spin the block. I don't spin the block. I go in another neighborhood. Look at Tony laughing. He know how Mr. Parker is. Look at Cypress talking about pimping. Yeah, once you cheat, I'm done because I don't cheat. I don't cheat. That's why I take betrayal so hard. Because when I'm with somebody, I be I be in love for real. I know men, they don't associate love with they don't associate love with what y'all doing? The hell y'all doing? They don't associate love with sex. A lot of men don't. But if your woman that you say you love says, I can't deal with you cheating on me, it seems like to me that he should be able to resist, and not cheat. So when they do cheat, it just kind of lets you know where you stand in their life when they can't resist. When they can't resist. Says real talk, Miss T and ladies, a lot of women don't treat their men right. Well, it's a lot of women that don't treat their men right. That's true. They don't. But for the but a lot of it's a lot of women that do. It's some women that don't. It's a lot of women that do treat their men right. It's some that don't. Yep, it's some that don't. But there are a lot of women that are good to their husbands and their men. A lot of men can't take what they put out either. Cause I only cheated one time with one of my boyfriends, and I cheated back. The last one that I was with, I just talked to a guy, and he found out about it, and all he ever well, what was it about him? What was it about him? But why him though? What made you choose to talk to him? What was it about him, Negro? You've been out cheating, and you trying to grill me about why I chose to talk to a guy because of what you did to me. I mean, for a whole hour, he asked me, but what was it about that particular guy? Though? But why him though? You resisted everybody else. What was it about him? What was it about those women that you was out cheating with that you just couldn't treat me right? Cypress says, F all the love, just hit it and quit. Oh, Lord, Cypress, please. Please, Cypress. This is Cypress, you got to be stopped at some point. That's he talking to the right one. I'm talking about Vanessa because she'll stop him. That's why he's scared to come to Memphis now. He's scared to come to Memphis because he already know it's easier that way. Sight, hate it, but that's facts. She Johnson, you ain't my twin. Mm. I guess I should have said Austin. You're right. Dallas does get cold. So Austin doesn't get cold. So is Dallas north of Houston? Because I think Houston is like closer what to Shreveport, Louisiana. Auntie number two gonna put him in the trunk. I'm telling you, she gonna put him in the trunk. He kept asking what was it about him because he thought he was perfect for you. Pure narcissism. That's true. That's I mean, I thought he was perfect for me too until he showed me he wasn't. New age men don't truly know how to treat a lady. It's deeper than spending money on them, and a real woman can tell the difference, right, between the thick and the real man. Hey, Miss Diane, that's so true. That's most men think that if they just spend money on women, that that's supposed to be it. That's no. If you truly love somebody, I mean, if you're in love with, if you like somebody, even if you like them, you want to spend time with them. I think that's the issue people have. They want to spend money and no time, or vice versa, time and no money. It has to be balanced. And when I say time, money, like there's nothing wrong, going out and stuff together. I'm not a real big go out person, but it's nice, when you're I'm talking about going and hanging out. I'm not that type of person. Now going and hanging around friends and stuff, you know, um If they have something, that's cool. But as far as going being out at clubs, I'm not that type. I never have been. I never have been. I'm more of a homebody. What y'all doing? Mm. Hold on, y'all. You can beg a proper prostitute, a high class woman of the night, cheaper than some of these modern women at a bar. I'm just real. I'm just being real enough. But why would you want a prostitute though? People don't like to take the time to try to nurture anything. Healthy relationships take time and trust. People don't get that because most folks like to play games, and then by the time they want to be real, that person don't really feel the same about you no more. I mean, that's just the truth right there. Be quiet. But when you say they be spending hundreds to try and get some draws, what you mean? You don't think that some men are just like that. They go, I like this woman. They together. What's wrong with him spending money on her? I don't get that. That ain't trying to get no draws. That's showing a love and affection. That's showing some I guess love to a person that you like. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Um, he says they pay bar bills, meals, clothes, all kind of stuff. Ain't nothing free, Miss T. Hmm. Bar bills. What's wrong with a man buying his woman a meal, clothes, all kind of stuff? Hmm. Oh no. If you see a lady that you like, why don't you want to take her out and have a nice time with her? If you wasn't trying to get the draws, think a gay can't please them. You'd be damned if you do. Damn if you don't. Tony says, "You're right, SG, but only 'cause they put it in a song. Buying his woman a meal, not wrong for my lady. It's whatever. They be doing it for randoms. Oh, for randoms. Hmm. Mm-mm. Well, he had the wrong thing in mind. He had the wrong thing in mind. He, trying to be with her um to get some sex, and I guess he just maybe he should tell her that instead of trying to be slick. Well, sometimes, and she might know that. She might go, he just want me for my for JJ. So I'm gonna get as much as I can out of him. Whereas maybe if they had a conversation, right? He has motives. When you have motives, you get the wrong things. They had a conversation. She might be okay with it. Okay, we ain't even you ain't even got the fake no more. This is what I require. Hey, rest in peace, young dog. I ain't seen you in here in a long time. I ain't seen you in here in so long. I'm glad to see you back. What's the word? What's going on in the streets? It's all about what you lead with. If a man leads with money, then expect the relationship to be transactional. He said he think it's getting ready to get back crazy. Why? What happened? What's going on out there in the streets? Why you say you think it's getting ready to get back crazy? It's something going on now. Um, I was looking at. I just happened to look at. I said, Lord, these kids still at each other's throat. Who is Big Scat? Now there's so much happening. That shooting at the hospital. I wasn't on here for that. Baby mama, great jewelry. I wasn't on here for that either. Yeah, I remember they were saying that somebody got hit up at the hospital in the parking lot. Oh wow. Hmm. Good God Almighty. Yeah, at Methodist North. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. What happened with that? Mm. Mm, Lord have mercy. This alleged his childhood friend backdoor him and line him up for 10K. Lord have folks lying. Mm. You got people doing it for less. It's sad. What's going on? Y'all, mm-mm. People are twisted. They feel like if they just the ones that's dropping your location and taking the money to line you up, that they gonna get less time. I told you, you heard Kenise. I ain't had no problem with him. I just needed the money. That's what they all say. I ain't had no, I ain't even no. Hey, I was just in need. I needed some money. You pitiful. There's a lot of people that's pitiful. Mm, mm, mm. I said, if you don't take street sleep on the floor, shit about to get. Oh my goodness. What? They said AOB got 10K. These folks setting up their own people for no amount of money. Is oh, mm-mm. Hey Tracy, Mr. Parker said conversation got turned, ain't it? It's open topic. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Mm. Rest in peace, young dog. What happened? What had happened? You know what they say? What had happened was how Memphis feel about the police verdict. Federal case. You talking about in the Tyree Nichols? I think that Memphis was happy that that was justice for Tyree. I think that they were happy and as Memphis should be. They did Tyree dirty. They did him dirty. That was evil. What they did to him, that was dirty. I could hardly ever watch the clippings of that. They did that boy dirty. I think they said Tyree was autistic and everything. How could they? How could they? How could they ever do a human being, whether he was autistic or not, like that? How could they? Evil. Hey, I am. She blessings love. They said, was he CMG affiliated? The Sight Dog, why your boy so quiet? The Sight Dog, why is your boy so quiet? Why your boy so quiet, Sight Dog? Cypress be getting quiet when I ask him that. Um, Cypress said he traveling. Yeah, I want to listen. I want to do a show on relationships, talking about relationships. I wanted to have, but see, I need people. Let's see. I was gonna have a panel. I was gonna do the stream yard. I was gonna ask a couple guys to come on and a couple women so that we can all calmly talk about this thing of what is going on with men and women. Well, I can only speak from as far as a woman. They said fast cash. Oh, he said they promoting Glorilla. Well, he ain't got to be on the traveling all overseas promoting Glorilla. Glorilla can promote herself. He don't have to travel with her, do he? Do he have to travel with her? I'm just wondering. They got street teams for that. That's right. So he don't have to do it. So why he doing it? We don't see him doing no interviews. So you when you promoting, you doing interviews. He ain't did no interviews. I haven't seen any. You must going to have episodes. And I was just gonna do one show and have I was gonna ask some guys if they would come and be on the show and have some a couple women so we can talk about what's going on. He took a picture with Bootsy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Boosie been quiet lately. Boosie has been quiet lately, hasn't he? I haven't heard anything negative. Well, other than, the situation with his daughter. Labels don't have street teams or A&Rs anymore. Glow is his biggest artist, bigger than him at this point. Her album Fire, by the way. I've been seeing a lot of people say her album is hitting. Um, that's a topic that can. I mean, I would say who I want to have on, but I don't want nobody to go and ask them before I do. Hmm. Whew, I tell you. They said Boots is shady as they come. Where the rest in peace, young Dolph go? Now he came in here and dipped in here and hurry up and dipped out as soon as he get us started. Y'all, I'm oiling my scalp and stuff. Y'all know I'm 100% natural. I treated my hair last night and now I'm oiling it. I go and get a lot of like oils and scalp stimulators and stuff from um like different stores that I go to and try it on my hair. My hair's so thick. I like to treat it because the stuff I buy better than people be trying. Oh, it ain't gonna work out it. I just like to treat my hair. I know it's gonna get some good hair food if I treat it. They said Big Moochie grape trolling is fire. Oh yeah, I saw that. I like Big Moochie grape song too, trolling. She says sis in St. Louis high 59. Ooh, that's cold. That's cold. St. Louis is going towards the north. It's going towards the north. So yeah, I think I think it is already freezing cold. In Indiana, where my other family is, it's already freezing cold. I think my auntie said they getting ready for some snow. That's the only thing I hate about that. It gets cold, freezing cold around the end of September. There be snowing and all that stuff. Mm-mm. I already don't like the winter. Ray Brown says labels still use street teens. I just Googled it. Yeah, I saw the video Big Booty Gray put out called Trolling. Big Moochie been quiet for a while. He's been quiet. hopefully, he get his jewelry and stuff back. As I said before, Rollo needs to do the right thing. If it happened on my watch, if my people did that, trying to understand how people that Rollo was feeding, he ain't got no control over. They gonna rob your folks that you in the business with. That could mess up your money. Why would they do something like that to him? Big Moochie Grape is a pre-artist. They get could get money together. They could mess up his money doing something like that. So why would they ever do something like that? And they rocking with Rollo like that? Why would they do something like that? And then try to sell it to his ops. So I'm sure they know who they sold it to. I don't know if Rollo working on getting it back or something, or buying it. Maybe he working on buying this stuff back. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see how they work out. Maybe they worked out something. Hmm. They say he thinking of a master plan. I guess we'll see, huh? Hmm. What puts a rest in peace on Dolph? He just popped in and popped completely out. Maybe he had something to do. You guys make sure y'all hit that like button for me, okay? If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hey, Diane. You said popped in, changed the subject, and left. Diane says she thinks that Rollo is another finesse, a snake. Hmm. Has there been any beef with Rollo and Big Moochie Grape? That's something that I don't know if he and Rollo have talked about it. It's something being worked on. Hmm. I tell you. Make sure y'all stay like updated on your vitamins and stuff when the winter time comes in because it ain't no telling. I bought me some cinnamon and chromium biotin. It ain't no telling what um they gonna put out into the atmosphere. Y'all know normally cold to the vid gets bad around the winter time. She says, listen to Moochie's trolling. I've heard it. I've heard Moochie's song trolling. Rest in peace, young dog said it's getting ready to get bad. I was looking at somebody's um Instagram today and I said, oh Lord, these kids still beefing with each other. Like they still talking at each other. Hmm. But we was just like I said, we was just having open topic. We was talking about relationships and um everything. Just talking about everything that we wanted to talk about. I was getting on here with you guys because I wanted to pop in. I tell you, Mr. Parker, I didn't change anything, sir. I'm still right here. I think he was talking about rest in peace, young dog. Lorenzo says, make sure you all get out and vote. Make sure you listen. I was looking at I was popped into a podcast for a little bit last night. Think Twice with the twins, and they had a really good conversation about voting. They had a really interesting topic about voting. And at the time that I had popped in, it was this older lady that had called into their vlog, and she was, I'm kind of like Kareem on that one. You know, when it comes to like this voting and stuff, people we're kind of left behind because of our thought process. We feel like we're supposed to vote for people based on race. They don't even have to offer us anything and they use fear and all of that. I wish I could pull it up. I don't I, it was a good point made and it made me think about like how so many of our older people are kind of like stuck in fear. I wish I could pull it up. I don't want to pull up their video and they strike at me. Um yeah, y'all run the likes up. But that was very interesting. This is how because most of the older people and stuff, they get out and vote, right? And so they already know they use fear tactics as as it relates to a lot of stuff. I I would ask them if I could pull up their video, reach out to them on social media, and just play that little bit part. Um, Yeah, make sure y'all run the likes up for me. I think that that was a good topic, and especially something that we should be exploring as it comes um time to vote, you know? Mr. Parker said, "Hey, Diane's. I'm with you when you write, Chrissy." TT, you get those emails I sent you in reference to the election. I did not get them. I'm gonna have to look at them. I'm gonna ask them. I want to pull that up because I got something I want to. I kind of want to elaborate on it because it is a lot of fear that is used. There's a lot of fear that is used to get us to get our votes and stuff, and they mainly use it on the elder people. Ladies, what is the deal with the tall, furry UGG boots that ladies are wearing? Is that the new Yes, yes, indeed. I love them. I love. Oh we. I got so many fur boots. I got so many. I love those. Those are the ones for the fur boots that come up to the knee with the heel on them. That's my style. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if they'll let me. Okay, you guys. They said I could do it. I'm ready to pull up something. I want to show you all something because what's happening is, as it relates to voting, it be a lot of like untrue stuff put out there into the atmosphere, and they use a lot of fear tactics. And when I was listening to this lady last night on a vlog that I be looking at a lot, it made me think about my grandmother. And my grandma used to always say that, well, if we don't vote Democrat, if we don't vote Democratic, it made me think about my grandmother who's passed on. If we don't vote Democratic, I don't know, I'm old now. We ain't gonna have nothing. We gonna starve to death. They gonna take everything from us. I'm getting older. Like, am I gonna be able to get my social security? My grandmother used to, I mean, that was way back. Like, even when I was a little girl, they've been using these tactics forever. Let me show y'all something, okay? And I said, and this lady kind of reminded me, I thought about my grandmother. I was like, wow. I thought about like when my grandmother used to say that way back, like stressed about things, even way back then. And it's still going on now, but I think it's because it works. I'm going to pull it up and let y'all see. And that's why I say we have to be people think I be being mean or whatever. I'm not. I'm very passionate. And I think it may come off a certain way because I'm emotional, but I'm very passionate. Hold on, let me show you guys. That don't vote Trump. Hold on. I'm not. I ain't gonna tell no because I think we in a bad way either way. I think we're in a bad way either way. I don't want for people to think that just because they vote for I don't want for people to think just because they vote for Kamala that it's gonna be better. Y'all, that's a mindset I don't want people to get caught up in. But the young man in the middle had made a point that I liked last night too. And it seems like when you hear men, because as women, we kind of talk about it all the time, but I think it commands more attention when I hear men talking about it. Because you don't hear a whole lot of men talking about the voting thing. They just kind of keep their mouth on it and let the women talk about it. So I think it commands more attention when you hear men talking about it.
He did. It's on God time. I said, what God was for 400 years of slavery? You got to wait on him. That's our problem. We kept it when you now you want to talk to a nigga before. You should remember double fuck Donald Trump, okay? Mm-hmm. We're on the same page. Double fuck Donald Trump, but now I'm about to talk about Campbell. Is that all right with you? That's what you got to do. You got to remind him that I don't fuck with Trump either before you even talk about Campbell. Right. You got to remind him of that. That's not all right with them. But they'll get lost in the sauce when you even start the conversation. No, you can't be a black man and say anything about Kamala. Because you ain't a black man if you do that. No. You hate women. Yeah, you hate women. That's what the women say. No, women do say that.
And listen, I think that they're telling the truth. When you start talking about, well, you start calling Kamala out on some things. I'm getting ready to get to the older lady, but I think that they made a lot of good points last night. What they try to do is shame you into voting based on emotionalism, right? And not vetting. I don't see a whole lot of people making demands as it relates to either one of them, if you want to be honest. But let me get to the older lady.
Dumb. Just doing it blindly. So yeah, people vote.
Hold on.
I can do that. I can do that. A choice is either I'm gonna do this or you're gonna kill me. That's not really a choice. That's not a choice. You see what I'm saying? That's not really a choice. Like saying I ain't really had no choice. Nigga gonna kill my family. Right. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna pick this cotton, I'm gonna get lynched. That's the difference, dog. Yeah, man. They had weapon advantage during slavery, which many people seem to ignore. Facts. And be weary, Evan, when you say, or anybody that say, it's us that's killing us. Crime is committed in proximity to where people live, but that shit is a misnomer. Matter of fact, the white on white murder rate higher than the black on black murder rate, so don't say that no more. Look it up, you think I'm lying.
Okay, Think Twice podcast,
what's happening?
Say something else.
I know our five. What's up? Think Twice podcast, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, I want to know, y'all saying all that. What about the old people? The old people, what's going to happen to them if y'all don't want to vote? You don't want to vote for Trump, you don't want to vote for Kamala. One got to be better than the other one. I'm not saying Kamala is all good, But goddamn, Trump telling y'all what he gonna do.
What Trump say he gonna do? What Trump say he gonna do? Watch this, y'all. What Trump say he gonna do?
And your great grandmother, your great grandpa, you thinking about you, but you're not thinking about.
I'm not thinking about me because I don't mess with none of them.
You know how to survive in the service.
You talking about our ancestors?
Put it like this: for the last 8, 12 years, the Democrats been in office, right? What have they done for my grandmother and my old people since they've been in office? What they done for them?
8, 12 years, the Democrats been in office.
Turn your TV down, love.
Right. Wait, okay, what about when Trump get in office, since you talking? What about when he get in office and he's
She mad at him.
out? When they don't have nowhere to stay, can
They don't have that right now.
The Democrats can't put the Democrats do that.
They don't have no money. They use the money for the.
And now, you notice she says, what about when we don't have nowhere to stay? Right. And I think that's what that's how they target a lot of the older people. You notice she said, but what about us old people? We ain't gonna have nowhere to stay. I mean, those are the types of fear tactics that they use. I'm not saying who to vote for, okay? Because I just don't think we have one is I don't think one is better than the other. He says, I hate the fact that Black people think that there are only two candidates.
Immigrants.
They don't have no money.
They don't have no money in there no more.
They use it for the immigrants.
Oh yeah, they got it. Yeah, they got it.
No, they don't.
Get off it. They got it.
So hold up. You mad with us because we don't want to vote for Kamala?
They got it.
You scared the people.
That's not gonna scare us. You mad with us, bro?
All of them, they got it, but they got it.
All right, what we do? Like we mad at people.
She said yes, she mad.
Like we mad at people who just doing it blindly. So
yeah, people vote. Hold on, no, listen, Queen. First of all, you my elder. I'm not gonna disrespect you. So hold on, listen.
What about us old people?
You just gonna answer. I can answer that. Let me answer. Let me tell you about what's going. The old people.
I'm telling you what he's gonna do. If you say you're not voting for either one of them,
that man ain't say that, man.
That man didn't say that.
He didn't say that though.
I didn't say that.
We didn't say that. The guy, Donald Trump, ain't said none of that.
He did say it.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Y'all using those blue tags and saying Donald Trump gonna do this.
That's them people telling you what he gonna do.
He said what?
The Democrats the one that's cutting funding for the old people in the poor. Not the Republican. The Democrats doing that, man.
Let me tell you about this. What happened to them? What happened to?
When that man said he wasn't gonna let, he was.
Y'all see this? This is the reason why Black people in last place, y'all. Listen to this lady. This is why Black people in last place, y'all. Listen. They vote for these people and put them in office. Look what happened to them.
Hey, well, look at you. Look at you. But that don't mean they're gonna be all good. Because you vote for them, that don't mean they're gonna be all good.
We not vote for them.
I'm not voting for Trump. I didn't say I'll vote for Trump. I don't give a damn about no Donald Trump.
See, Mama, you about to mention we say you about to mention we say we double. Excuse my French. We say double fuck Donald Trump. We say double fuck Donald Trump. It says clearly we don't fuck with no Donald Trump at all. We don't fuck with no Trump.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, there wasn't no Trump.
Okay, my point in that is you heard this lady, okay, call in and she was saying, what about the Social Security? It ain't gonna be no money left for us. What about us? They trick you into fear. What the guys were saying was they don't mess with either one of them. That they don't mess with either one of them. They're basically saying, don't think that just because you get one or the other, that it's going to be that either one is going to be your savior, right? It's best to vote, vet, and then vote. I think we should really just groom our own person and put them up there. But of course, we can't come together to do that. But the mindset of that lady, bless her little heart, and my heart went out to her because it kind of, and my heart went out to her because she's got the mindset that so many older people have. They use fear tactics and say that you ain't gonna have nowhere to live when they're already giving the money to everybody else. Now this lady is worried about her Social Security, about her Medicaid and all of that. Whereas all of this money that this administration has been giving out could have been going towards older people like this lady, right? And that's what a lot of people don't think about. I know a lot of people feel like it's either Kamala, or if we don't vote for Kamala, that it's gonna be bad. I'm saying that it ain't gonna be no better with either one of them. I don't think it's going to be any better with either one of them. And I think that's, I found that interesting. We don't hear a lot of people, especially a lot of older people. I don't see them calling in. I found that very interesting that, and I'm glad that she did call in, and nobody was mad at her. But unfortunately, these are fear tactics that they've used since I can remember when I was a little girl, you know, my grandmother said the same thing. Well, if we don't vote Democrat, I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna have no Social Security. They make you think that it ain't gonna be any more Social Security. Well, if I don't vote Democrat, we gonna all starve to death. It ain't gonna be no food. I mean, this is something that they've been using forever, and it seems like even with Democratic presidents, okay, and I'm not Democrat, I'm independent, okay. With Democratic presidents, how has how has it advanced our community? I think we need to ask ourselves that. Forget about Republican, because most Black people are Democrats. We have to think about, as a Democrat, how has the Democratic Party advanced our community? Is there a lot of generational wealth, you know, um, in our community, or are we still the 1%? We accept that with all the money that is circulating. You mean to tell me that we're still, after all these years, just in the 1%? I don't know. I think we need to think about that. But it's so unfortunate, because it broke my heart, because I mean, she genuinely has a, I mean, it's valid how she feels, but they genuinely are still using fear. And she was mad at the twins, and she was mad at them, and I don't think they was fussing at her or anything. I watched their show quite a bit. They passionate too. Okay. But she was mad at them because they said, basically, I don't think she was able to digest that they were saying, I'm not messing with either one of them. But the mere fact that they said, I don't mess with Kamala either, what happens is it makes a lot of us angry for some reason, right? As if she's supposed to be the great hope for African Americans, when the truth of the matter is, I think I'm making valid points. If we're going to continuously get mad at each other, we're not going to be able to move forward if we can't deal with these issues head on, right? And genuinely have these conversations. The fact of the matter is, Kamala is the vice president. She's in office right now. What has she done for our community? I have issues when we don't call the stuff that we accept, that they gave all of this money to foreigners, and you still got Black people that's living on the street, that's in poverty, that's starving every single day, and they give the money to people that are not even bring them over here, and then give the money to people that are not even a part of our country. I got issues with that. And I think that as a whole, we all should have issues with that. But we get stuck in, she looks like us. Damn, rather she say she us or not, well, she looks like us. I had somebody say, you a woman and you trying to dog a sister out. She say she ain't no damn sister. But anybody of any race, I guess, can be my sister if they're female. But I think we get caught up in that too much. We don't deal with the real issues. We kind of get caught up in emotionalism and fear. And that's why I say I agree with Kareem on that. That's why we kind of left behind, because we get caught up in fear. We don't want to deal with the real issues. That is, what are you going to do for our damn community? Because we're in a state of emergency. You're giving everything to the foreigners. What you going to do for us? And then they give all the money to the foreigners, and we accept them saying, well, I can't just do nothing for the Black community. Hell, you just gave foreigners all kinds of money. They buying all types of businesses, getting all that money a month. And we accept her saying, I ain't gonna just do nothing for the Black community. Come, y'all, that's all I'm saying. I would never tell nobody who to vote for, because hey, it ain't gonna be no better either way. But we got to stop just allowing people. First of all, with that lady being older, that's the tactic they always use on older people, because unfortunately, when older people get older, they start to feel helpless anyway. What's gonna happen? I'm already struggling. This, and that, and that's what they perpetuate because that's what works. Mr. Parker says, I'm gonna keep it 100. Our folks crazy at this point. I'm gonna let them do what they do. We can't even have conversations and come up with a plan because we're getting emotional because you got people saying, well, wait a minute, we can't just vote for Kamala just because she has brown skin and she's a female. What you talking about? Okay, we need to come up with a plan. We need to make an agenda. Wait a minute, what we need to we can't even get past that. To come on one accord to make some demands as it relates to our community. The Republicans had to be involved for them to be able to give them the money. Mr. Parker says billions to well, if some Republicans had to be involved, the Democrats didn't have to lead the crusade. The Democrats lead the crusade to give all the money to these immigrants, and just because a few the Republicans jumped on the boat, we call them out. No, we need to call the damn Democrats out. They come over here with good credit, all the credit cards, own stores, put them in our neighborhoods, then tell us we have to spend $3. They make us, and that is illegal. The store is actually supposed to be paying when we go pay like to get our nails and stuff done. That's a bill that they are supposed to pay. They're supposed to pay to use that card swiper every month. But instead, they bill the customers. They're not even supposed to be doing that. And we let them get away with it. And yet our elders got to choose between their meds and groceries every month. Right. That's why I said that's what hurt me. I'm sure that lady, she probably already not doing good. You know what I mean? In order to have that type of fear. And they put in her mind, even though we screwing you over and you already ain't doing good, you ain't even doing good. But if you don't vote for me, you're gonna do worse. Even though we screwing you and ain't giving you nothing, you really ain't gonna but you nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You already ain't getting nothing from them. They trick them into believing that it's gonna be somebody to do you worse than me. And yet they have to choose between their meds and groceries. So when I saw I saw that, I was kind of tickled about how much passion she had, because you could tell that lady is they definitely have a fear, because those are the tactics that they use on older people, right? And it kind of reminded me of my grandmother. That's why I said, bless her little heart. She was angry at them. She was mad at them for real. Mr. Parker says, I understand that lady touch you, Tam, but she hard-headed and don't listen. It's over with for her. No, she wasn't listening, but all she could hear was them saying that they were not voting for Kamala. They weren't messing with Kamala, even though they were saying, I'm not messing with Kamala or Trump. All she could hear was, she had selective hearing at that point, but you ain't messing with Kamala. And they said, we ain't messing with both, neither one of them. But that's all she could hear. And then that fear, just kind of crept in. They said she was definitely hard-headed. She said, look at you. She was mad as hell at them. She wasn't trying to hear nothing they said. They said Biden signed an executive order to send money overseas. Mm, mm, mm. Have you? Have they ever even given us an answer on why all of these immigrants had to come over here and they had to put them up in? beautiful housing and give them all that money. Y'all, why? They never told us why. Why did they do that? When they got all of these Americans over here that's struggling and suffering and sleeping on the street, y'all start remodeling buildings and casinos and opening them up and making them into luxurious apartment buildings and giving these folks $9,000 a month, and we let them do it. They know why. Why did it happen? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We don't ever call nothing to the fight. We never call nothing to the table. Why did they want to do it? And then why did they do it? And why didn't we stop it? He's they laugh out loud. They say we don't want it. They said we don't want to work. That's what they say. Lord have mercy. There's so many people in the United States, they could find somebody to work if they want to. They didn't have to send overseas to get a bunch of and drive the crime rate up, because that's what they did. You bring people over here and the crime rate go up and you trying to tell me they working? If the crime rate goes up, that means that crimes are being committed for money. That means that they ain't working like they telling us they doing. All I'm saying is don't vote based on race, name recognition, or party. Vote based on who is going to do something, who gonna make your situation better. And I don't think we got nobody that's gonna do that. So how do we fix this problem for when the next 4 years come up, right? Regardless to who win, especially if we're not getting results. I mean, do we start trying to groom somebody? To run them and then support them. Because if you groom somebody, you have to support them. The problem is we'll say, well, I want to vote for such and such, such and such. But you ain't gonna. Well, no, I think such and such would be a good president, but you don't get out and vote. Them lines were too long. I ain't gonna vote. My vote don't count. I don't know what to say, y'all. But hey, the only thing I can say is that we're in a state of emergency, and I hate, and everything. I'm sensitive. Everything touched me. I hate to see that lady in fear like that, but y'all, those are the tactics that are used. And once people are in fear, there is nothing, as you know, there's nothing that those guys said she heard. Her guard was up. All she heard was they ain't voting for Kamala, and voting for Kamala means that not voting for Kamala means equals that I'm gonna starve to death. I'm gonna be homeless and I ain't gonna have no Medicaid. That's all she heard. So nothing they said to her would have been logical unless they had said, "Well, we're gonna vote for Kamala." He says, I saw God, my own eyes came back. Nobody believes me. Vote that. Detroit. We need someone strong like you. I don't know if they will vote for me, Yolanda. They wouldn't let me be in the White House because I be trying to do things right. Understand now, most politicians are they a lot of them are bought out. They have to do what they're told to do. Anyway, y'all, people are talking about make sure we get out and start voting. Then early voting starts don't early voting start tomorrow? Lorenzo says, the whites laugh at us blacks because we will line up early in the morning for some Jordans. But when it comes to voting, they know we as blacks ain't going to miss work for voting. That's absolutely true. We'll miss voting. We'll miss work for the Jordans. I got to be the first one to get them new Jordans, yeah, and brag about it. Yeah, I paid $500 for them new Jordans, nigga. Your rent ain't even five, but you want to brag about that. Your rent $100 because you living in a shack, but you want to brag about you paying $500 so you can get on social media and take pictures of some shoes that don't nobody give a damn about. Okay. Mr. Parker says, chat, if you could watch Stan G or Real Talk to get your dog news, but both Stan and Real Talk was on bullshit, what would you do to get your dog news? I answer for you. You'd find someone else. That's true. That's true. And there is a somebody running independently. I mean, they didn't vote. They didn't support. They didn't support. So we know Kamala and Trump on BS. So vote for someone else. Yeah, they didn't support Kennedy. I was gonna vote for him. I was gonna vote for RFK Jr. But he was not getting the support because Biden says that he would never be on the stage and debate on any stage that RFK was on. Ken says Trump is a nationalist, period. Mm. So if Kamala wins, what y'all gonna do about when she because y'all do know now her and Trump, not her and Trump, her and Biden was working on a updated three strikes bill, and then it kind of got quiet. I'm sure it's gonna come up again. I'm sure it's gonna come up again if she wins. I ain't got no issues with no Negro going to jail for no crimes that they do. I got issues with them wanting to put guys in jail for misdemeanors, and frame guys for misdemeanors or light crimes that could be out taking care of their families, have been out taking care of their families, that are productive to society. They want to put them in jail. Innocent people. They said Harris got all the rappers. Hillary Clinton had all the rappers too, and she still lost. I mean, just based on the fact that she got the rappers, that's why mm, mm. So Mr. Parker said the lady hard headed. And then that's another thing too. When people are set in their ways, like that could be another example of, they go, well, why are you all still voting for the same people? It's because people have selective hearing. They use fear, and folks are just stuck in their ways. That's a Democrat, even though that Democrat ain't worth a damn. I gotta vote for a Democrat. That lady, unfortunately, kind of represents that mindset. Harris lost me on the unrealized capital gains tax. Mm. Kamala want to get in so she could hurry up and make America the American dream for immigrants. That's what she want to do. She wants to make America the American dream for immigrants. Her heart is with that because I believe both her parents were immigrants. So that's what she want to do. That's her dream, to make America the American dream for all immigrants. Damn the Americans, especially Black Americans. Okay. That's her dream right there. So, if you ain't an immigrant, I don't think you're gonna get nothing from her. She's already proven that. But hey, that's a conversation that people don't want to have. This election, there is no money circulating. It ain't no money circulating, okay? Even people with money ain't got no money. And I'm telling you that, I'm telling y'all that now. I'm in business and I know it. It was lawyers that I worked for that made plenty of money. It's slow. They having to do payment plans because it ain't really no money circulating, especially around our community. But they would take the money. Right. People, this is a critical election. It's a critical election, you know. And I just the mindset is still still the same because of fear. Well, they're gonna take my food stamps. Well, tell them to take them food stamps and shove it up their ass. Okay, I want to know how if these immigrants are coming over here and they're getting grants, y'all. It's grants. I know how to write them. They even making that harder for the minorities because you know why? They want to all women are minorities. First of all, that's how they get you. When they get to talking about we gave grants to women, the minority, they're the minorities. Don't y'all know women of every race is a minority, regardless to what your color is? They don't tell you that. So when they say, well, minority women, the minority women, they got this and that grant. They're not gonna ever tell you the race because you automatically feel like it's a black woman. And then you go, they say it's a lot of black people since they the minorities, the women's is getting the grants. But I guess they must be hiding. They ain't hiding. They ain't hardly giving them to no black women. So what happens is, and this is what's happening. Okay, and I hate to make it a racial thing, but we can't talk about stuff if 'cause race is a very big issue. I wish we could kumbaya, but it's just an issue. So what happens is you have rich men of other, white and other, that are getting their wives to get the businesses in their names so that they could get the grants. If I tell you I know how to write a grant, okay, and they making that harder because I do other things. I have to constantly update myself. So if I say I know how to write a grant, but you got to have your ducks in a row, you got black folks don't even want to do that. You can't give me the hookup? Hell no, I ain't gonna have the federal government at my door for you. All you got to do is what I tell you. So they get their wives to get the grants because they got the money to pay anybody. So they can do some crooked stuff and they ain't gonna be looked at. I don't want to do nothing crooked. Okay, because they're not gonna let me get away. Even if I wanted to, what they let them get away with. So I ain't gonna even try because I don't want to. You have to keep your stuff legit. But unfortunately, we don't even want to do that. But that's what's going on. So when they say, well, they're gonna take my food stamps, tell them to take them. You can have them damn food stamps. Show me how I get them grants that them Asians get. Give me that. Support my business. Give me them 0% loans, interest loans, so that I can open up some nail shops in my community. It's my damn community. But instead, they keep us stuck on and be in fear of they're gonna take my food stamp and welfare check away from me. They want to keep you stuck on that while all of the other communities getting some generational wealth. We worried about some damn food stamps. So our mindset gotta change. They keep you in fear. Okay? People get so afraid. I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was never a fan of Trump's. But once I saw that they started going against him, I started paying close attention, because when they start going against people, that's because they're going against their system. He's vindictive, so they pissed him off, and he started going against that system. So that's when I started paying them attention. I was looking at them; they was really blackballing them, even as the president, from the national medias. I was looking at them on C-SPAN, right? And on C-SPAN, they asked him when he was giving out all of that money, like the PP money or whatever, and they asked him, Mr. President, just like former President Obama did, are you going to bail out the big businesses like Capital One and all of those, Citibank and all those big businesses, Chevrolet, that took the money and ran? They took the money and ran. They hijacked the United States, the money. And I was looking at Trump, and they said, "Are you going to bail out like Ford and Chevrolet?" And he said, he looked at him and says, "No, this money is going to go to the little people. Tell Ford and Chevrolet to build a car that they can sell." I said, "Ain't this something? I like that." He said, "Tell them to make a car that they can sell. This money going to the small people." And they worked and got him up out of there. They made sure. See, you have to understand. Hey, when they say he's racist, Biden is racist too. What's the difference in Trump's racism and Biden's? I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, we gotta be honest about it. They say that Trump wouldn't rent out no apartment buildings. I mean, no apartments to blacks, but to live in the Trump Tower, you're paying 30 G's a month. Okay, so we're in the 1%. Do you know a lot of black people that want to pay 30 G's a month for an apartment? If we're gonna be honest, can we afford it? I can't. So I already know I can't rent in the Trump Tower. But they said he said some other stuff. Okay, we're gonna deal with that. But let's deal with when back in 1960 something, when Biden started running for office, and that's around the time that they was doing integration, and they asked him about his children integrating, going to integrated schools, and he said it would be a tragedy for his children to have to integrate. But I guess that's just something that we're gonna have to start dealing with. I guess that's going to become the norm. And when that is thrown up in people's faces, they go, "Well, that was in the 60s. Some people change." Had he changed when he was one of the ones that spearheaded that three strikes bill? Had he? He was the vice president. Why aren't they reversing that? Ain't nobody got no business in jail for selling no damn weed since it's legal. You got these dudes, they never should have been doing life. They got 3 strikes for drugs, for selling weed and stuff like that. Because Bill Clinton was wanting to get all of the drug dealers off of the street, so his brother, who was the biggest drug dealer in Arkansas, in Little Rock, wouldn't have no damn competition. Why don't he, the highest official in the land now? Why don't he reverse that and let them men out? But when we start calling stuff like that to the fire, well, they just can't do nothing for black people. Y'all, we need to change our mindset. You had Kamala, who don't identify with being black. She only identifies when it's beneficial to her. Well, she got some type of scholarship or whatever they call it, what she got for school. That's because it benefited her. You think that people are not going to get what's supposed to be for African Americans if it benefits them? It don't mean she identified with you. It means she needed some help to pay for college. So, our people, she's a with an African American sorority that benefits her. Okay. Being with Montel Williams at the time, he was a big TV star. It benefited her. Okay. That's what other communities do with us. They use us when it benefits them. She don't look like she can pass for nothing other than black, but she say she ain't. And so then she builds her career off of the backs of overcharging African American men. Because if you overcharge an African American man and you get the win, all she wanted was the win. You overcharge them, they poor, they families ain't got the money to pay for no counsel. You work, they ain't got no money to pay for no lawyers. Okay. So listen, I know everybody ain't ready for this. I ain't saying I'm just saying just vet whoever you vote for. There's a lot of pros and cons as it relates to both of them. But don't just think that because a person gives you a song and a dance and they look like you that they're going to be better. We have to vet everybody. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Don't allow people to use. They've been using fear forever. When I heard that lady, that reminded me just of my grandmother. And when I was a little girl, they was using it back then. They're still using it now. So we just got to look at things another way. If we're truly going to grow in our community, that's it. That's all I'm saying. They said Kim's relationship he ain't stayed with her because that head trash allegedly. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. You something else, Mr. Parker. Only you would be talking about some head. Um, but I just think we have to do better in our communities. I have a cousin that does nails, and she does nails so good. I want to go to her so bad. But you know why I don't? Because I try to support her, and I financially, if I come to you and I get my nails done, and you charge me $80, it would be okay if I did my nails and toes. But she said, I don't do no toes. I ain't trying to do no toes. Yeah, but you got a nail shop. I know all the strippers and stuff coming there get them long nails, but you gifted. Why don't you start doing I ain't doing no toes. I like getting my toes done better than I do my nails. So I've got to come and pay you $85 to get my nails done, and my toes is not included. By the way, y'all, I take my own fingernail polish now. So, because I'll never get another fungus. But if I could find an African American shop that they want to charge you $100 just for your nails, I'll pay 100 if they. Listen, when you go, you're paying 85 to 90 anyways. If I found an African American girl that did my nails and my toes, and they said, Miss T, I'm listen, I'm not with the other nail shops. They all work together so they can be a little cheaper. I gotta charge 100. I go to that girl every 10 days like I normally do and pay her $100. I pay her 100. If she got to charge $5 to $10 more, I'd pay it. But to pay 100 just for some nails, I can't. For you to do my nails, I can't do that. I can't do that. And then you talk about you don't do toes. Hell, I'll go get my toes done. I likes to get my toes done. I have to keep them looking good. That's why I was having to fit when they messed them up before. I take my own nail polish now and I go to a new nail shop and I make sure they spray everything down. I be looking at them and put plastic in the bowl and I lay with my head back with my eyes closed. It's therapeutic. Shoot. I have to make sure everything's sanitized. So don't use nothing on my toes that you just used on somebody else's toes. I want to make sure that the clippers, they're supposed to use new clippers every time. Don't new fowlers and all of that. Everything new on my toes. Don't put nothing on my toes that been on somebody else's toe. And here go my nail polish. I take my own nail polish because that's how I got the fungus the last time. My doctor told me they used the same nail polish and the fungus is being the nail polish. Well, hold on now. What kind of nails you getting? Gel nails or basic? Back in the day, full set was 20. They say a full set $25 or $30, but see, I be getting the gel nails. I get the gel nails and so the gel fingernail polish. So, that's I think that's $50 extra. Maybe I should cut back on that. I'm on mine 12 hours. Got to have a pet. I'm telling you, every 10 to 11 days, I have to have a pedicure. I have to have a pedicure. Try SNS. Okay. I be going in Marshalls sometimes and TJ Maxx. They have a sale on their OPI. I racked up on that too. Lorenzo says being a woman is expensive. Yeah, it is. It's expensive. You want to keep your toes um looking good, and you want to keep your hands looking nice. I mean, that's something for me. That's something for me. Listen though, you have to be careful now though, because even though I like vibrant colors, I see now that it's a lot of people. Listen, y'all gonna think I'm lying, but I had no idea that men had a fetish for toes until like probably um when I started working at the sheriff's office. I was walking through the um I was walking through the jail to the cafeteria and I had on some shoes with some peep toe heels. And this guy yelled out in Seg. Used to have to walk through Seg to get to the cafeteria. This guy yells out, um, yeah, they was taken to the damn hole. Oh, look at her toes. I eat her. I said, oh my God, Jesus Christ. And then I went over to this church, y'all. This pastor that is well known, and I mean well known. He has such a fetish for toes. He been having issues with walking. He could barely walk because it's something going on with his foot. I believe he got gout. And he have his when it's time to put money in the collection tray, you got your toes out. Oh, y'all, he sent yeah, I don't even want to I'm scared to say too much because y'all know who I'm talking about. And he have his deacons to bring him out of the pulpit and he can't even stand up. He sits by the money tray he have to sit on the damn table because he can't stand up because his damn foot bad. But he has them to carry him out of the pulpit so that when the ladies come around to put their money in the cash tray, he could be out to look at your toes. He'll start singing. Oh, mm-mm. It's just sad. He be grinning, can't even stand up, can't walk. Can't even walk and got the nerve and he'll start singing and he'll start making up songs, toes, look at them toes, stuff like that. It's crazy. He'll start singing if I tell y'all what songs he starts singing, y'all know. um I be in store, men tell me you have pretty feet and lips. They like those colorful toes. They do, but it's something when the preacher can't walk and gets carried out of the pulpit so that he could stand down there by the cash tray and have to sit on the damn table, gonna break the table. Um, so he could watch your toes. That's something, y'all. It's just a lot of sick people, sis. As they say, it's a lot of sick people, sis. It's a lot of sick people sitting in this world. J Rail. And my nail polishes be very loud. I mean, I like those like vibrant yellows and those lime greens. Shoot. That man fails his oh Lord. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Lord have mercy. Some of these people need deliverance. I'm telling you, some of these people need some deliverance. Anytime you fall to your knees because you drooling over some toes and nail polish in your church, you need deliverance. You got a demon on you. I am she Johnson says love for my man, massage my feet. I've been asleep within 15 minutes. Oh wow. Yeah, that's nice. That's why you have to keep them feet soft. You have to keep them soft, extra white. I ain't talking about like the crusty white. Um, the crusty white. I'm talking about the white where it ain't no dirt. You're not supposed to have no, especially women, no, men neither. Pay very close attention to men's feet. As women, you ain't supposed to have no dirt up under your feet at all. No light dirt, no nothing. It's supposed to be white and shiny because you oil them. But I watch men very close. I watch their fingernails. Can you wish happy birthday to my mom? She is in the military and will be deployed to Egypt tomorrow. Her name is Sergeant Annie. Sergeant Annie Gurr. Happy birthday, Sergeant Annie Gurr. Happy birthday to your mother. And I pray that she does well in Egypt. And I pray for traveling grace and safety for her also. Um, IMC Johnson says men should have low nails. I right. I love men that have low nails. Anytime they have their nails are long, that's it for them. I'm not even they're not even a prospect anymore. Okay. That when they low cut and they keep them clean, that's probably a clean man. But when they start having them long fingernails, it's over with. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing with you or for you or nothing. I just want you to leave me alone. Go get your nails done or something. Cause I guess that's what he like. Um oh. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. But it's a lot of men like, who she thinks she is, saying that a man should have short nails. Some men like long fingernails. To each his own. Mm-mm. I told you I have issues when men go get their toes done. I have issues with that. I don't know why a man would want to be sitting up at a nail shop getting a pedicure. I mean, if he got a wife or something, she would cut his toenails because they'll say, "Well, I go to get my toenails cut." Well, you can get your woman or your wife to clip your toenails. As long as your feet clean, you don't, who gonna be with a dirty feet nigga anyways? I'm not. But if he's sitting up talking about he going to get the full pedicure experience, y'all, I just got issues with that. He want to get his toes and stuff painted and clear fingernail polish all on top of them. Mm-mm. Why would a man want clear nail polish on his toes? She Johnson says, I buy everything to do my man toes. He's not following me to. That's right. I that's what I don't. That's what That's how I was. I don't see no issues with that. Ladies say they want their man to rub their feet. If your husband or your man actually, baby, can you clip my toenails for me? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Miss Stephanie said, "What kind of church is that?" I'm telling you, Miss Stephanie, I promise you that it's one in Memphis. And if I say it, you gonna know. I be trying not to say no names, but um, he loves him some toes. He can't even walk. He can't even walk hardly no more. The deacons grab him by both his arms and pull him and carry him down the stairs. They can't pick him up because he got too fat. And he sits on the table because his feet be hurting him so bad because he got gout so bad and be grinning and singing songs and stuff, looking at toes. Look, colorful toes. You better not have no colorful toe. Now his knees, I guess, ain't too bad because he fell to it. Girl, I'm telling you, that's why I say some of these people need some deliverance. They got a lust demon on them. I don't get any polish, but I definitely get my feet done. I'm a diabetic and I refuse to mistreat my feet. I'm terrified of amputation. You're a diabetic. You know what, Mr. Parker? I don't now this is just me. I don't When people are diabetics, I kind of don't recommend them going to the nail shop, getting their toes done, because they might make a mistake and cut their toe. See, what you have to do is you have to have somebody to massage your feet, to beat your feet and stuff so that the blood can flow. Lord. Mm. I tell you. But a lot of women say that they don't have issues with their man getting his nails colored as long as it's black. They said black fingernail polish is not bad for a man to get. Mm, I tell you. I tell you. I don't know what's going on in this world today. I guess I'm just antiquated. I just don't believe okay, I don't know. I don't want to come off as being judgmental because folks will be saying she's so judgmental. I try not, having your own opinion now makes you judgmental. That's what people say now. Um, mhm. Anyways, you guys, I'm getting ready to get off because I'm getting ready to do what I'm cooking today. I'm doing an Cajun egg boil. I'm getting ready to show you guys. Yeah, this is what I'm doing today. I already took my shrimp out. I got my turkey kabbalah sausages ready. It's keto friendly. You guys, it's keto friendly. I'm gonna start like doing like more recipe. I'm gonna start doing showing y'all like what I do in my kitchen. Okay. I'm gonna start showing you all more of that. When I go to training, that's what I'm gonna have to do. So that's the recipe right there. I'm not gonna use potatoes because trying to realize. Listen, I had some issues over there. This particular pastor is not, but I had some issues at over there, Stephanie. God, you know what's his name? He scratched me in my hand. He scratched me in my hand. Um, so y'all know that's the egg. Oh Lord. You know, you boil the eggs, cook the sausages. I got the turkey kabbalah sausages. I got that butter, the Kerrigo butter. Of course, I got the onions. Hold on. Of course, I got the chicken stock. Now, don't that look good? And that's keto friendly. That is what I am cooking today. I got some crab legs in there. I'm not putting potatoes. I just don't feel like using my big pot to make no crab legs. I need to cook those crab legs out of my freezer because they're taking up too much room. I got them when they were on sale. I got 4 boxes, and I don't even know how to eat crab legs like that. They take too much time. A lot of people just know how to break them and eat them. I have a hard time. Yeah, this is gonna be my meal today, and it's keto friendly minus the potatoes. Minus the potatoes. That's a crab. That's a Cajun crab boil, and it's keto friendly as long as you don't use. Hey, to our loves God, as long as you don't use the potatoes. It's keto friendly. Oh Lord, I can't wait. Instead of potatoes, I'm going to use corn on the cob. Instead of potatoes, I'm going to use corn on the cob. Mm. And you eat it with your hands, so make sure you put your gloves on. Oh, I got some lemon in there too. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat good today. I can't wait. I'm on that intermittent fasting, and just in between when I started the other day and I weighed myself this morning, I've lost 6 pounds doing that intermittent fasting. So I'm gonna eat that today, which is keto friendly, and then I will not eat anything else. If I get hungry, I've been putting these keto sticks in my water, so I really don't get hungry now after um a certain time. But I got watermelon. I went and stocked up on watermelon at the market before before the season was out. So I cut my watermelon and eat my watermelon. Eat a piece of watermelon. I know I cannot wait. Just looking at that makes me I'm so ready for it. I got my shrimp out unthawing and I got my turkey sausages out and I got my corn out and I gotta boil my eggs. So oh Lord. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go this I don't really want to do nothing today. I really don't want to do nothing. I gotta do another report to send to this attorney and then I gotta I gotta rest from today because I've been straightening out some stuff that was done to me and my family, but we know about it. That's the good thing. So I don't stress about it. I haven't even talked about it because things get dealt with when you don't talk about it. But it's gonna work out. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I enjoy being on here with you all. I want you all to hit the like button, okay? I would like for you all to please like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to Kareem and Shadon and Kareem. Um, did I say it twice? Shadon, Kareem, and Raheem. That's his name. Shadon, Kareem, and Raheem. They do a very good podcast. Think twice. Shadon, Kareem, and Raheem. And they funny too. They're from out of New Orleans. They trips me out too. They be funny. They're very passionate because they they're very passionate on topics too. So make sure you all go check them out. I had reached out to one of them, asked them if I could use their a little bit of their clip, because I didn't want to get struck at. And he was like, cool. So I appreciate that. They come on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. They have a good podcast too. Um, they talk about real stuff. They talk about relationships quite a bit, which is good. Um, Hell, Miss T, how you doing? Hey, Bryant Bailey, how are you? He said hello. Trying to figure out what happened to rest in peace, young dog. So, Mr. Parker, you saying yum? You must want some. Mr. Parker, you must want some of my boil. Neil says, much love, stay blessed, everyone. Neil, how is everything going with that? I'm waiting for Mr. Parker to respond back. That's why I'm stalling. How is everything going with your newborn baby? Mr. Parker probably gone. He probably jumped off. But rest in peace, young dog came in here for a few minutes and then left. Yeah, Mr. Parker be emailing me so many love songs. I mean, Mr. Parker emails me about 50 love songs a day. Lord, he ain't on here because he would have responded. He must have left. How's it going, y'all? Just leaving Florida, truly messed up, but helped and did much as I liked, y'all. Be back next week. Okay. Well, thank God for you going down there and helping those people. I was trying to mess with Mr. Parker. I can't believe he jumped off. Mr. Parker, are you still on here? He gone. Um, I'm good, and let me come eat with you. Brian says he want to go. Oh, that seafood boy. That egg. It's an egg boil, not a seafood. It's an egg boil. I'm just gonna add shrimp, and instead of potatoes, I'm gonna add corn on the cob. Maybe similar to the one that I normally do. I just add like crab legs in that one. Like I said, I gotta cook those crab legs. I'll probably have some company over and cook the crab legs so they can eat them up. Mr. Parker gone. He full of shit. Anyways, you guys, I enjoyed being on here with you all today, okay? I love you guys. Y'all be safe today, okay? I'll talk with you later.